Salvete omnes. Egosum Magister Sullivan. Welcome back. Um, we have left the world of Aeneas and fresh off his failure, or I guess success, of honoring his pietas to his gods and family and establishing a foothold. But also, it's sad because he killed Turnus. And that was not okay. But anyway, we're going to jump right into Caesar here. This is Caesar 1.1. It's the first installment for the AP syllabus in our world of Caesar. So he has crossed into Gaul, and he's going to describe Gaul to us as well as the people who inhabit it. Okay, so here we go. All of Gaul is divided into three parts. So Tres Partes, we have Gallia Omnia, and then this verb is kind of split, right? Of which the Belgians inhabit one part, the Aquitani another, and the Celts the third. And the Celts are called Celts in our language, who are called Celts in their own language. So Gauls in our language, in Nostra Lingua, and Celts in their own language. All these, all these differ, are different among themselves in language, habits, and laws. All right, so these are called ablatives. Right? So they're ablatives because of the long marks over here. Is is a plural ending, and ibus is a plural ending too. Okay, so how are they different? They're different because of their laws, um, their habits, and their laws. No, I'm sorry, their language. Okay, so the Garonne River divides the Gauls from the Aquitani. The Marne and the Seine divide the Gauls from the Belgae. The Belgae are the bravest of all these tribes because they are away, they are a very long way away from the civilization and the humanity, could also be civilization, of the province. So this is a genitive. And the merchants come and go less often to them. So this is a subjunctive verb, a subjunctive present. We'll talk about it in class later. And they import these things, and we're going to learn about these things which pertain to the weakening of spirits or the weakening of their minds. Right? This construction is a gerundive, and we're going to talk about gerundivs, but I'll just quickly note that gerundivs are verbal adjectives. And they are the closest to the Germans or to the Germani. So this adjective, all right, is modifying or going with the Belgae still. Like it's pretty far away, but it's still going with the Belgae. One quick thing to note: this is called a dative noun, and it's dative because of proximi. Proximi takes a dative, so if you think about it, it's next to or closest to. And we're going to learn something about the Germani. So this relative goes with the Germanis. So those who, the Germani who live trans Rhenum, across the Rhine, with whom Bellum gerunt, we know to mean they wage war continuously or constantly. For this reason, the Helvetians, the Helvetii, the Swiss, those who live in Helvetia, also go before, literally to surpass, the rest of the Gauls in courage. This is another ablative, right? Probably ablative of specification or ablative in name, because they contend, they fight in nearly daily battles with the Germani. Because, since, or although, right, we could say maybe because here, I know we said wedding class, right? Because they either prevent them from their own boundaries, meaning the Helvetii, this is the Helvetii's only boundaries, or they themselves, the Helvetii themselves, bellum gerunt, wage war in their boundaries. So Eorum is going with Germanis, and the Suis is going with Helvetii, of which one part, or one part of which is or was said that the Gauls obtained, takes its beginning from the Rhone River. It is contained by the Garonne River, the ocean, and the borders of the Belgae. Still, it touches, or still, the Rhine River touches from the Seine, or the Sequanii, those are the people, and the Helvetii. It looks out, or surveys, to the north. The Belgae are arisen from, or rise from, the extreme, or the outer boundaries of the Gauls. Or, I'm sorry, of Gaul. Of Gaul. This is the place, not the people. It stretches, or they stretch, to the lower part of the Rhine River. They look out into the north and the east. So this is the northeast. Northeast. Aquitania, the place, extends or reaches from the Garonne River to the Pyrenees Mountains and this part of the sea, which is going with Oceani, which is near or at Spain. It looks among this would be the west and north, so northwest. Okay, so so this was Caesar 1.1 of the AP syllabus, where Caesar provides a geography lesson. I think he does a good job. All right, so next time I'll be back with Caesar 1.2. All right, Valete omnes.